We are starting a new week of teaching, and I hope the experience with the past weeks has been good and eye-opening enough to encourage soul-searching and reflection on what works best for our students. I did reflect on what I have been doing over the past 2 weeks in my classes, and this is what I came to learn about my students and, more importantly, about myself. Students, regardless of the level, are more knowledgeable about the language than we give them credit for. English is all over the place, and students were not born yesterday. The tabula rasa myth debunked. Students are not homogeneous. They are as diverse as the colors of the rainbow. They are young and old, male and female, quick and slow, liberal and conservative, and visual and kinesthetic. Ignoring the diversity and looking the other way haven't worked for me, and I promise it won't for you either. Celebrate, embrace, and accommodate diversity by being eclectic in your teaching methods and approaches. Don't settle for the mundane and the common run. It is not too late to put in place feelers and sensors like surveys and mini-quizzes to identify your students' learning styles. It's not too late either to brush up on the latest in online teaching. If I don't want to lose face in class, I need to rethink how I do things in 4 important teaching areas, namely my language, my relationship with the learners, how I give information, and my classroom management techniques and skills. My 2-week experience led me to be more tolerant in my attitude towards the textbook. Until very recently, I used to discard course books and regard them as sad trash, but not anymore, I promise you. My perspective has changed, and I now appreciate the amount of effort and energy their writers invest in them. It was me, perhaps, who couldn't utilize them well enough. Course books are not perfect, it is true, but they are lifesavers in terms of the tremendous amount of hours we can spare if we train on how to adapt and make their material work for us and for our students. Students have rights. Don't focus on the obligations and deny them the rights. You will be amazed to know that silence is a right and is sometimes significant enough to be considered a statement in and of itself. Don't invade their space, and don't confuse covering the material for processing the material. Cover the material all you want, but also allow students time to process it. Processing takes time and effort. Over-explaining, pause-eating, echoing, and broken radio attitudes impede material processing. Dr. Sameh Abdul Galil, Arab Open University, KSA.